Good morning and welcome. Pick Radio News Hour. Joe and Jason on this Friday. Sit back, relax, strap on the seatbelt, leave the driving to us. And, well, the bomb started flying. That didn't take very long. Israel launching attacks on Iran last night. Again, just another sign, guys. It's just oh, no, well, they can't have a nuclear weapon and whatever other reason that they decided had to be done. Just understand all the chaos. We've got all the madness that is coming to a city near you, possibly this weekend. War. You got the President of the United States calling the most important banker in the world a numbskull, and whatever other things, tariffs, plane crashes, all of this stuff. It's all tied together. People don't want to connect those dots, but that's what it is. This is what happens when fiat money becomes worthless. Period. And that's what it does. Heck, you know what's so funny is because they don't want to teach you any of this in school. That's what it's supposed to do. It's actually doing exactly what it's supposed to do. And at this point, we've made the decision that, hey, let's just speed this thing up, right? We had, what was it, Jason? The COVID thing, warp speed, right? Remember Donald Trump did warp speed when it came to the COVID vax. Well, he's now doing warp speed when it comes to the destruction of the value of everything you've worked so hard for. That's what's coming. And that's why all this other nonsense is happening everywhere. That's why. Oh, no, it was, Russia invaded Ukraine for because they wanted to join NATO or whatever nonsense they want. No, that's not what happened. It's not what happened. They needed a reason. Look at what Europe's talking about. Right? What are they doing? Everybody's got to spend a boatload of money, otherwise we're all going to speak Russian. What? Nonsense. But they're going to do it. They're going to do it. Big, beautiful bills, right? Nonsense. But we're going to do it. War. In any way possible. You know what's so funny? What is the one thing our government is spending more on? Military. That's like the one. Hey, we're going to spend. We're going to cut this and cut that and doge this and doge that and tax breaks and you name it. Oh, by the way, we're going to spend a bunch more on the military too. We're already spending $1 trillion. Like that isn't enough. 800-951-0592. That's the number you call. What is that? What does that number do? It allows you to protect the wealth that you've worked so hard to get. That's what it does. That's all it does. What does that mean? Well, what cost $100,000 today, right? 5 years from now, 10 years from now, 20 years from now, you will be able to buy the exact same thing. A house. I mean, come on. Go back 20 plus years ago, right? Most houses were like $100,000. Could you imagine if you sat with $100,000 in your bank account? You still got the $100,000 today, right? Probably because, I don't know, you may even have left after fees. They don't pay diddly squat on interest. But let's just pretend you still got the $100,000 today. Well, instead of a house, if you don't buy too fancy you can get a new car if you don't go too fancy. That's what they've done to the money. And now I'm telling you, it's going to be on warp speed. That wasn't warp speed. This last 20 years wasn't warp speed. We are now getting ready to go to warp speed. It's like Spaceballs, right? Ludicrous speed. Go! Yeah, that's what's coming, baby. I hope you're getting ready. I don't think you are. But you better hurry up. We'll be back after the break. 800-951-0592. You know what, Jason and I, we're ready for the weekend. Jason's over there trying to just get going this morning, right? I mean, there's a lot going on. There's a lot going on. A quick look at the market. Obviously not a great day on the stock market with the Iran news, but could be worse, right? Down 500. Not horrible, all things considered. Down, S&P down 40, NASDAQ down 150. This part I don't like. The 10-year note's higher. How? This isn't how it's supposed to work, folks. What's supposed to be happening right now? Stocks are down big. Okay, yep, that's supposed to happen. It's called, flight to safety. Everybody run. Hide the women and the children. We're all going to put money into the treasury market. The yields should be way down right now. We should be talking, I don't know, 4.3, maybe something in the 4.2s. It's actually higher. Yeah, that is not how it is supposed to work. 4.42 on the 10-year note. You know, yesterday we were 4.35. It's not how it's supposed to work, guys. Think about what the world's really telling you. I know. I don't know what's going to happen. It's expensive. It ain't expensive. It's not. You haven't seen expensive yet. You're gonna. Crude oil, this one, I don't understand. I thought Iran wasn't allowed to sell crude oil to anybody. Who cares? And as far as I know, they haven't hit any of the Iranian oil stuff, but it's up $4. It's been higher, so I'd be happy it's only up $4, $72. Of course, where is the flight to safety? Where could it have possibly went? Oh, yeah, gold's up again. Another $40 right now. Remember I was telling you about 3,400? Well, it's come and gone. 34.25. Listen, 34.77. See, I love to tell you. No, I tell them to you all the time. 34.77. When we break that, the psychologically unimportant 3,500. And then we're going to talk 4,000. Just get ready. 4,000. Any gold you buy below 4,000 is going to be a great buy because guess what? It's going to 5. It's going to 10. It's probably going to 20. Because we aren't in warp speed. We're going Spaceballs, ludicrous speed. By the way, if you never saw that movie, dumbest movie of all time, hilarious. I loved it. They're making a sequel. Yeah, I just saw this. Yes,
oh, no.
It's true. Yes.
Oh, no.
It's going to be horrible. It's going to be horrible. But silver down 16 cents. That is really good. Right? Silver, oh my gosh, the war drum's beating. It's going to affect demand and, industrial stuff and blah, 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 blah. 36.10, another day above 36. Platinum, palladium getting hammered. Right? Platinum right now down 70. That's how it's supposed to work. Gold and silver. Gold, obviously, hey, gold's up, this and that. The world decided that the flight to safety isn't U.S. Treasuries. I'm stunned because there's no bigger statement than this. It's not how that's supposed to work. But again, it's coming to an end, and they've decided to hit the accelerator. By the way, Donald Trump came out, said that if Iran will enter into the nuclear agreement, then all of this can come to an end. The Iranians said, well, what the Iranians always say, nope, thanks. We're going to continue our nuclear activities. And oh, by the way, we're getting ready to launch some form of a counter-strike. So, Jason, there you go.
Well, their nuclear activities that have been going on since the 1990s.
Right. Well, the same ones that were in the desert in Iraq apparently were actually in Iran. I don't know. I don't know what they are.
I mean, it's supposed to be the slowest development of a nuclear weapon in world history because, I mean, North Korea has them, right? And I think
Pakistan's got them, right?
I think financially, Iran's more capable. They had the Russians there in the late 90s, early 2000s. Don't those guys have nuclear weapons? So why is it that Iran is still sort of acting like they're developing them? Don't they either have them or they're not going to have them? Why is there always this, we got to work, we got to stop them from getting it?
Right. Well, we've been saying that for like the last, 30 years or so? So maybe now they're really right there. I don't know.
If I spent from the 1990s to today trying to make a nuclear weapon, I think I would have achieved it. And I know nothing about that stuff. I'm pretty sure you give me 30 years, I'll probably make one. I'm pretty sure.
I can go on YouTube and say how to make a nuclear bomb on YouTube and make it happen.
Do you remember Back to the Future? Remember to get the DeLorean to go back to go, he had to use the enriched uranium. Remember?
Yes, from the Libyans.
He had the big box of nuclear power that he threw that little thing right into the car, and so he can zap it back to 1955.
Right? Yeah, it needed some gigawatts.
If the doc can do it, I'm sure in 30 years I could have probably done it.
Doc Brown.
So I don't understand the whole nuclear weapons thing. They tag it and they tag it and they tag it and they tag it. It's just a loaded emergency necessary for. I mean, listen, Israel's not looking too good. There's a lot of people not starting to wake up to the whole Israel thing, and I think usually what you do is you when public sentiment across the world starts to go against you, you cook up the next war. I mean, because Iran doesn't have a popular vibe with all the Western countries, so maybe it's time to start bombing them so that, because let's face it, there's going to be a war. Trump's going to take the side of Israel, and so I guess, is this the best way for Israel to get good prices to attack another so-called dictatorship in the Middle East, the evil empire, right? I mean, Donald Trump's words are pretty strong. He's like, come to the bargaining table before there's nothing left. I mean, doesn't that sound like a nuclear threat?
Well, we need more parking lots, right? We just make a random parking lot. I don't know.
Well, they didn't.
Right? And there's going to be, there's probably people out there today going, yeah, right, yeah, get up, right?
They didn't touch the oil. I guess they definitely want to keep the oil pumping. You got to have control of that part of it. The infrastructure needs to be put in place. The infrastructure of the oil wasn't touched, but supposedly they attacked the nuclear facilities, which hasn't produced a nuclear bomb.
No, they didn't. Here's the thing: they didn't attack the nuclear facilities. That was the other part.
Oh no!
They assassinated some people.
Oh, great! That's always nice.
Right, just took people out and their families out and whatnot. But the main nuclear facility, apparently we didn't hit that. We didn't hit the oil, so I guess maybe this is just a warning, and they just wanted to shoot one across the nose of the Iranians, and maybe they went up it a little bit. I don't know.
You think after Butler, maybe Trump would be a little sensitive about assassinations. But instead, he's green-lighting it and thumbs up. Go assassinate.
Well, I will say this. The U.S. claimed that we weren't involved. That was the official stance. Oh, wait, we weren't involved. We didn't provide any help.
Wait a minute. In his press release, it says here. It says right here. Trump saying to himself, he's saying we're not involved, but he also says, be careful dealing with Israel because they got some of the best weapons in the world that we provide for them. How is that not involved? I'll bet the guy that shot Trump. I'll bet if the guy who provided the weapon to that dude, I'll bet the police will believe that that guy is involved, right, Joe? I'm sure there'll be an investigation. Oh man, it's. I guess it depends on who's saying it and who has the microphone, right, Joe? Who has control of the message, right? I guess that's all that matters.
Yep.
Which means buy gold because nobody seems to really have your best interest in mind. This is one of the reasons I got into gold, Joe.
Well, it's funny because how fast is the world's, and this is the global central banks. What are they holding? The dollar is now down to 46% of global central bank reserves. I mean, I'm just like, it just keeps getting lower. It just doesn't stop. By the way, the euro, 16%. All other currencies, 18%. And look who's coming up on the outside. Are we coming down the home stretch? We're making the turn to the home stretch. Gold now sits at 20%. Now, here's the problem with it being 20%. First, that makes it the second most held assets of all assets, at least fiat money that central banks hold. What does that tell you? They know ludicrous speed is coming. By the way, this is what they're willing to tell us that they have. It actually could be much higher than this. Right? So when we think about what it is, and the fact of the matter is, well, they're admitting that at least 20% in gold. Jason, they could be holding more gold than dollars right now. That 46% in dollars may not be 46% in dollars.
Yeah, well, and you adjust the gold price, and then you can really make that thing go, right?
Oh, boy. It's another great thing. And remember the world Gold Council right then. And I've educated you guys. They hate gold. They hate it. Why? Because they're appointed by the banks to be the World Gold Council. They finally had to say it out loud. And they did it last week. Okay. All right. Even though the data's been telling us this for decades, we have to admit gold, not only is it a Tier 1 asset, which we know now, right in July, it's official, but it needs to be a highly liquid Tier 1 asset, and quite honestly, it needs to be the best highly liquid Tier 1 asset as it outperforms cash, outperforms bonds. Yeah, you get it. Patriot Radio News Hour. We'll be back after the break.
No, sir.
We're back here. Patriot Radio News Hour. Joe and Jason on this Friday. Our toll-free number, 800-951-0592. $20 gold pieces today. Well, you kind of already know, right? More expensive, but trying to help you here. $3,595. I don't know how much longer we're going to be able to keep the price below $3,600. My guess is going to be Monday. You're not going to be able to do it again. Gold is not expensive. It's not even close. Neither is silver. It's ludicrous speed that is coming. And if this is right and Iran is going to stay defiant, we know what's going to happen. Look at oil today. Obviously, Iran's selling oil. Obviously. And we kind of know that, right? The ghost ships and all that stuff. But, yeah. At the same time, we're going to have ludicrous speed. I mean, J.P. Morgan, I don't think this is going to happen. But they're saying oil could be up to $130 a barrel. Let's hope they're wrong. By the way, here are the new favorite trades out today. Ready? Goldman Sachs. What's your favorite trade? Short dollar. Morgan Stanley. Favorite trade? Short dollar. Deutsche Bank. How about you guys? Oh, short dollar. JP Morgan? Short the dollar. These are their favorite trades. Tudor Jones this morning, one of the Tudor Jones, big billionaire, says that there is going to be a, quote, dramatic cut in short-term interest rates in the next year. Okay, so he's talking about the Fed. Dramatic is the word he is using. So this isn't, let's give us, 25 basis points here and 25 there. No, we're talking big cuts, according to Tudor Jones. We are going to see a significantly lower dollar. By the way, he said that right on TV for anyone who wants to know. The dollar is going to not just be lower, but a lot lower. And again, Jay Powell's term ends next year. I'll have to find out the exact month, but I believe it's May. I believe that it's May. Rumors that it's going to be Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent. I don't know. But whoever it is, interest rates, and I shouldn't say interest rates, the Fed's funds rate is going to be dramatically lower in the next 12 months. That's a given. Jay Powell will cut rates before he's gone. The sheer size of the fiscal debt on top of this current environment talks about the risk of deterring foreign inflows and will most likely lead to foreign selling of treasuries. The unavoidable, and this is Tudor Jones, the unavoidable reality is that the dollar faces a demand deficit. Ooh. Economics 101 is always so easy. I'm telling you that we're getting ready for ludicrous speed in the money printing. And this is simple. I think this is something all of you can understand. That's why, you know what's so funny? The farmers and the ranchers, the ones that can survive in these environments, the ones that really know what they're doing, they're all gold and silver buyers. They are. It's crazy. Crazy how many farmers and ranchers we have as customers. Because they understand Economics 101. Man, if there's too much wheat out there or too much corn out there, if there's too much, I'd pick it, chickens, pork, soybeans, there's too much of it out there. And that's going to drive the price down, number one. Then you throw in, there's way too much out there, and there's even less demand. And demand for it is going down. Now it really enters free fall. And this is exactly what Tudor Jones was talking about. Consensus or not, he says, it's going to be extremely hard for the dollar to make any substantial recovery with the diminishment of that powerful wind at its back. That not to say that at points the dollar may jump higher, but the big play, short the dollar, buy gold. 800-951-0592. Patriot Radio News Hour. Back after the break. 800-951-0592. Patriot Radio News Hour. Joe and Jason wrapping up this Friday. We've got gold once again in record high territory. $3,430 $20 gold pieces, $3,595. I don't know, maybe for the weekend, right? I mean, we just don't know what's going to happen next, and it just seems like everything that's happening, it's like the same. It's like the same thing over and over and over and over and over, which is destroy the dollar, destroy the dollar, destroy the dollar. And let's hope the people don't realize, because we'll keep them we'll keep them occupied with nonsense. What's their favorite nonsensical thing to keep us occupied with? War, right? And most of you are sleepwalking right into it. Like there's going to be, I don't know, some form of magical cure that defies the laws of physics and economics. It's not happening. It's never going to happen. It's not supposed to happen. What's supposed to happen? It's supposed to go to zero. That's what it's going to do. That's why we keep telling you about Texaco. When are you guys going to figure that one out? Here's what's happened in the last 24 hours. You ready? Tether. By the way, Tether, one of the biggest holders of U.S. Treasuries now, Tether, stable coin. Guess what they announced yesterday? Yeah, we're investing in gold. Yep, tier 1 asset. We got to have it. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Walmart and Amazon, both of them announced, hey, we may just make our own stable coin. Why would they want to do that? Well, gosh, why would we want to pay credit card fees anymore? Yeah, go think of it. How good is Texit? Do you know that you can send $100,000 of Texit for 0.6 of a penny? You heard me right. 0.6 of a penny. How appealing do you think that's going to be when we start Layer 2? Hey, business, would you like to keep taking these credit cards and getting hit at 3 and 4% fees? Or would you like to get charged 0.6 of a penny? It's up to you. Well, how would I get them to do it? Well, it's easy. Just have this QR code on your taco truck and tell them to scan it with their phone and boom, 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 bang. Yeah. We're still in layer 1, guys. What does layer 1 mean? Well, that just means we're building the mine. If you could go back and buy Bitcoin at $1, would you? Would you? Yeah, you would. Let's see. It's faster. It's cheaper. Bitcoin can do the same thing at a much slower rate, and they charge about $1.50. Right? So, Jason, which one would be better? 0.6 of a cent? $1.50? I don't know. Call me crazy.
Yeah, when you get into, independent wallets on the crypto space, not a crypto exchange, which most everybody uses. These, once those accounts are set up between businesses, those transactions are very cheap. It's definitely a scary space for those that control all the money, because if a new form of money, which is crypto money, is gaining traction all over the place. I mean, let's face it, all these crypto exchanges don't want to deal with America. Most of the crypto exchanges that are really good, they're not in America, and they won't deal with Americans because America is the only country right now that taxes cryptos. Just like anything else, when America does it first, everyone else follows suit. And so there's a massive struggle, power struggle as to how to control this thing and how to make the most money on it. And right now, even though cryptos have been around for a while now, there's still a little bit of the wild, wild west left in the crypto space. And this is why getting in early on some of these projects before they blow up is a great, great opportunity for investment. There is risk here. I freely admit it. It's like sometimes, and Joel admitted, we scratch our heads sometimes like, is this going to work out or not? But the idea that I've always had is I think we got in early enough that if it does for some reason Texas were to fail, it's not going to happen right now. There's too much going right now. And if we can just follow this thing, down a few more months, right, Joe? Maybe it's time to cash your Texas in for a little gold, and then you're playing on house money, right?
We'll be back. Final segment. 800-951-0592. Patriot Radio News Hour. Joe and Jason wrapping up the week here. $20 gold pieces. $35.95 at 800-951-0592. Gold back above 3,400. We're right next to all-time record highs, and everybody. I guess the funny part is, I haven't seen anyone with a scenario that says, well, this will make gold go down. There isn't one. It's ludicrous speed on fiat money. And man, are you not paying attention to what is going on with digital money? It's here. It's not going away. And matter of fact, what's going to go away is your banks. What's going to go away? You know what's going to go away? The money that people got sitting in their bank accounts. Anybody that's got big money in your bank account, it's going away. You better protect it. That's what you put your gold and your silver in. That's what gold and silver does.
Joe's been saying that it's going to get harder to afford. It's going to become unaffordable, meaning that the price of the gold is going to outstrip your ability to save money and put into it. If you just go back 20 months, if you're in the last 20 months, if you didn't get a major job, a raise in pay in your job, and let's just say you were one of those guys that's fortunate enough that you can save $2,000 a month. I know there's a lot of guys that there's no way you can do that. But let's just say, as an example, you could save $2,000 a month. Well, I think there was a time late in 2023 where I think gold was at $1,860 or something. You probably could have got an ounce of gold for about $2,000. So it was an ounce a month, right, Joe? You can get an ounce a month. Well, now you look at it. If you didn't get a pay raise and you're still saving $2,000 a month, you have to go 2 months to get that ounce of gold. And as much as I like gold, I also know that the banks use gold as a tool against the people. They've done it many, many times over history. If you don't have a gold, silver, copper money system, a bimetal system overall, where the coins are the money, gold can be as an asset scooped up by the very, very wealthy and then used against you. And what will happen in that scenario, if that's what we're looking at, they'll scoop up all the gold no matter what the price is. It will become out of reach. Gold will outstrip just pushing with inflation. It will just become completely used as a weapon against the citizens. In that situation, it's pretty obvious. Anyone that's a Second Amendment guy, if the government's massing up weapons, your best defense against that is to have a weapon yourself, right, Joe? So if gold ends up being used as a tool against the citizens, against the average guy, then you might want to put it a little bit more away, Joe, because if this thing is going for a huge ride and it's going to be used as a tool for a new economic system, it's going to be massively, massively valued higher than it is now. You could see what some of those YouTuber guys say, where you wake up one day and it's $12,000 an ounce overnight. That's something that can actually happen. Joe and I don't prescribe to that too much, but we don't run the government of America. We're not sitting at the disposal of all the information, Joe, of what exactly is going to happen. They are, right? So if you can get it, get some gold.
800-951-0592.